And we are back as the sun is rising. And as you'll notice, there are quite a few mobs down there, including that Hecate, those zombies there, that creeper, and no doubt some skeletons. Also, there's an enemy sinking into the quicksand over there. Yeah, there's definitely a skeleton. But you'll notice something. There is definitely something over there, and for those of you who don't know, I'll check it out. It's Moonstone, and this has appeared since last time. I say appeared because I was recording it, and my brother came in, and he questioned me about the square root of pi being 1.77, which are other numbers after that, but 1.77 is the basic. And we got our stencil table, our part builder, our tool station, and our pattern chest. And if I go into item subsets, oh, hold on, there we go, mod, and I go down to, let's see, it's Tinker's Construct T, right here, shift left click, brings up all the items from that mod, in this case, Tinker's Construct. And if I go over to, let's see, yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few different things that are included. Maybe I just, oh yeah, I definitely skipped it. Right here is the tool station, the first of these, and then comes the part builder and the pattern chest and stencil table. Stencil table is made with a plank of any type. In this case, I used jungle wood because that's what I had on me, and a blank pattern, two planks and 2 sticks. Sticks top right and bottom left, planks bottom right and top left, and it gives you a pattern. And they do have to be diagonal. You can't just place them willy-nilly. For the pattern chest, you take a blank pattern and you put it on top of a chest. Everyone knows how to make a chest if they played enough Minecraft before. To get your part builder, you're going to need any type of log. In this case, again, I used jungle log, and I put it underneath the blank pattern to get myself the part builder. And the tool station is a crafting table, which is the same amount of wood as a part builder, but just, you know, crafted into a crafting table underneath the blank pattern, and you get your tool station. And I'll briefly go over these as I get something to fight whatever mobs are left, like Hecates and creepers. Apparently, I also hear what sounds like zombies trapped. Yep, there's a zombie trapped in there. He wants to get out. And so, the stencil table here is where you put a blank pattern, and for example, for a sword, I need a tool rod. I might as well go ahead and put on all my blank patterns. I also need, not a pickaxe head, I need a sword blade, as well as, this depends on your type of sword. I'll go over to the tool station now and show you what it does. Here you can repair and modify. You can make a pickaxe, a shovel, and a hatchet, otherwise known as an axe, a mattock, which in the description, which is thankfully provided, it says a cutter mattock is a versatile farming tool. It is effective on wood, dirt, and plants. So basically, you can use this as your multi-tool that works as an axe and a shovel, as well as being able to chop plants. I think it might also work as a hoe. I'm not sure. And the 3 types of swords, there are more types of weapons, but the 3 types of swords are broadsword, which is your general Minecraft sword. You can block with it. It has moderate damage, does a fair bit of damage, but it has high durability, which is very, very, very good to have, I'd say. Longsword is an offensive weapon. It's more about killing the enemy quick, as opposed to just getting it done, taking less damage with block. This lets you lunge at the enemy, which in this case is a charge boost. It sort of makes you hop at the enemy sort of like a sprint hop, but you just hold right click and it'll sprint hop you at them to do more damage. You have your rapier, which is a quick weapon. Like it attacks at the speed at which you click. That I don't know exactly how it works if they disabled it, but in the past you could click with like paintball trigger finger, and you would be able to easily dispatch even a high health target. And you can see it pierces armor, so whatever armor, diamond, whatever, it doesn't account for that. It just gets rid of it, acts like it doesn't even exist. You also have the quick strike, which is what I was talking about. You can quickly click to attack really quickly, and you also have a charge boost. Now, it says charge boost here. It means when you charge it up with the right click, it boosts you. For the long sword, it boosts you forward as a lunge. For the rapier, it backpedals, which means you jump backwards. It's especially handy when you're dealing with something like Creeper. But you can see the damage and durability are low, so you obviously have to repair them more often, and they don't do as much damage. But that makes sense considering they pierce armor and they can quickly strike. If you hear any sort of static in the background, I'm sorry, that's just the computer. It's acting up today. And as you can see, the longsword is sort of the middle of the road in terms of damage and durability. But I'll go ahead and go into the other types of weapons. You have your dagger, which is contrary to popular belief, it isn't actually a melee weapon, it's a thrown item. It's sort of like pulling back a bow and throwing it, except you're throwing the dagger itself. So if you only make one, then you're only going to be able to throw the one, but you can stack them a fair bit. I'm not sure what the max stack on them is. It's probably 4 or 16. I wouldn't assume that they would be up to 64. But they do low damage, being able to throw them, and also being the fact that it's a dagger, and it has moderate durability, so they last a fair bit of time, as long as a long sword or a broadsword. Oh no, I said that wrong. They do the same damage as a rapier, and the same durability as a longsword, but also you're able to throw them. And if you didn't already see it down here, each of these tools has a list of required parts, minus the two here, because there wasn't enough space to fit them on. But for the dagger, you need knife blade, which is different from the sword blade, crossbar, and a handle. Crossbar is the one you use for your rapier. And then moving on, you have a frying pan, which it's a heavy weapon, and you can block with it just as if it were the long sword. But since it's so heavy, you can do a fair bit of knockback. And shift right click on any surface with the frying pan allows you to turn it into a furnace, essentially. I haven't used it before because it does low damage. However, the durability is high. But I've never used a frying pan, so I don't know if it uses coal less efficiently, more efficiently, or if it uses it just as efficiently. And it requires a pan and a handle. Battle sign is really just a joke of a weapon. Literally, it's a joke. It's an inside joke between the mod developer and some of his friends. Because they've seen, I think it was Zisto that did this, but he's a pig zombie, a zombie pigman, and he had a sign, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but the developer of this mod decided to make a weapon named the battle sign. Technology worthy of zombie pigmen everywhere. There's the inside joke. You can block with it just as if it were the frying pan or the broadsword, but it does low damage and it has average durability, so it's slightly worse in my opinion, than the frying pan, but it is meant to be a joke. And with the chisel, it doesn't have a practical purpose, and what I thought when I first made one was you hold it in your hand, and just as if it were Terra Firma Craft, you hold it and sort of charge it, and then it shapes the block as you let go. But actually, you have to pick up the block, or if you haven't placed it down yet, you have to put it in your crafting grid here with the chisel, and depending on how many times you put it through, it will give you a different type of that block. It only works on, like vanilla blocks, and actually, I think it works for most mod blocks. Not all of them, but many. And moving on, we have a cool mechanic, including the ability to make your own bows. And so, draw speed for the short bow is quick, although they haven't come out with another bow, but based on the fact that the draw speed is quick and it's named the short bow as opposed to bow, hints that he's in the future going to be making long bows, crossbows, that sort of thing. And so you actually need a bowstring as opposed to like a piece of string or some sort of other crafting component, and you need 2 tool rods to make the actual flexed part of the bow. And arrows, they make quite a bit of difference, because each one of them, depending on what the arrowhead is and what the tool rod here is, it actually changes how far it'll fly, and how the arrowhead will affect how much damage it does, and the fletching will, I think that also aids in how far it goes. Generally, I like to use flint for the head, standard wood, and feather, so as if it were ordinary arrow. But with this, I think it makes it slightly more efficient than a regular arrow, as well as being able to pick these up after you shoot them. So, and if you look in the background, it is now turning night, so I guess we'll spend a good bit of time up here again. If you put quartz on I won't get into that now, but the general idea behind this is you want to have a light arrow, but one that also does damage. So something like manilin, which is one of the alloys we'll discover later, it'll be a good candidate because it's fairly light, as well as being able to do lots of damage and having a high durability. Although I'm not sure durability accounts in arrows. And for the short bow, depending on what you choose for the tool rods and the bowstring, it will affect how quickly you fire, and also the durability, obviously. And so I think we shall finish by creating our stencil. And now for general use, I like to use the broadsword, but I think since it's just beginning and I want to be able to do damage fairly quickly, I'll do and since I don't need it for that long, durability low, I'll use a rapier. So I want to use the crossbar. You can see it's here, but it doesn't have it down here because of the long description. But if you look here, it's the same for the dagger, except you just exchange the type of head on it. So for the the dagger, you need a crossbar. Same goes for the rapier. So I'll make my crossbar. Cycled through them all, I think. Nope, definitely didn't. It had a timeout. So now that we have our three components here that we need, this is the cool part about the pattern chest. You can just attach it. It has to be directly next to a part builder. Can't be diagonal. I don't think it can be on top or underneath. I've never seen anyone do it. But as far as I know, it has to be directly next to it. And what you do is I like to put my two base pieces that cost, as you can see there, material cost 0.5. I take the two that cost 0.5, and I like to, I think I'll have to leave this here and actually start mining a bit, because I just noticed I do not have a bit of stone whatsoever. Dig with my hand. Be a man, use your hand. I know it's not, oh, sandstone. I know it's not good for, you know, just general Minecraft to just use your hand for everything, but in things like breaking leaves, plants, that sort of thing, it's generally a better idea. Alright, now going back up, I have a bit of stone to put into the part builder, and since each of these pieces cost 0.5 of a material, a cobblestone being one whole material, I take the crossbar out, so I have that, and I also get a stone shard, and the stone shard is one half of a piece of stone, so I get my stone tool rod with that other half. It makes sure I don't have any stone shards just hanging out in my inventory. And then I have my sword blade, and then I just come over here, and if you didn't know how to make it right off, that's how you do it. It's your tool rod, your crossbar, and your blade. But just so you guys can see it as well, go to here. I'll name it Crafty Sword for startup only. I know it's kind of a visual glitch there, but it does in fact go off. And then you can see the outline here. I just place the corresponding components in each of these spaces, and Crafty Sword for startup only. It is now named that, and as you can see, they definitely added a cap on on how fast you can click, because in the past you could, I'll put my mic a bit closer to my mouse, but you could do something like this, and it would attack every click, but they seem to have limited that. I think that's a very good thing, because you could take advantage of that in the past, and you would be able to kill most things in just a couple of hits, or in this case, about a tenth of a second. So all you really need to do is reach that thing and just quickly jab at it. But in this case, they slowed it down quite considerably, so that now you can only attack about 3 or 4 times every second. Again, I'm sorry if you can hear the sizzling I'm hearing, but it's just computer things, computer woes. I suspect it's something that has come loose. Eat some food because I'm dying. Also, disclaimer, I do not keep this in mind very often, but it is in fact a thing. As you can see, I'm shifting and crouching, and I cannot move off of this block no matter what. However, if I try to go onto a chest, still shifted, as you can see, I'm crouched, I can walk directly onto this chest without it needing me to let go of the shift button. Just because it counts as a whole block, but in reality it's slightly less. And so, as such, when you try to sneak, again, you don't fall. But if you sneak on a chest, you do fall, no matter what. So, for future, if I do that, just mistakenly, and I die somehow, now you know. Alright, so I think I will pick up the patterns that I have in here. Actually, is there... I think I just have to throw some stuff out. I want to keep that obsidian because that's going to be good. I don't need glass bottles right off. I'm probably going to have to return... Ooh, I don't need thorns all. I'll return those. Actually, I don't need the period. Thorns are just a nuisance. I don't need a fire charge just yet. That'll be later when I need a blast furnace. Oh, no, I don't even think I need to, unless I'm making a boiler. Boilers need that. And it's been an entire day since I started this recording, so I think this will be it. I'm glad you stuck around with me for another episode. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. I need the support as of right now. This is my second video, and I don't exactly have, you know, many views. I just checked a minute ago, I only have 6. Yeah. But in the next episode, I will start heading off to what looks like that river over there. You can't see it when I'm looking directly at it, but with the magic of field of view set to 90, you can see it over on the edge there, the right edge. And there's also what appears to be some cherry blossom. And that is all. I will see you next time.